Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Wealth with Soul, where we blend personal growth, money, and meaningful living. Today, we're diving into something powerful, the interview questions you will definitely get in 2026 and how to answer them with confidence and intention. Whether you're changing careers, stepping into leadership, entering your first job, or rebuilding your path, the hiring world has changed. AI, remote work, soft skills, emotional intelligence, they all matter more than ever. So in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to give you the exact questions company will ask in 2026, why they ask them, and the perfect answer frameworks you can use right away. Let's get into it. Before we jump into the questions, here's why interviews look different in 2026. Companies are now measuring adaptability, AI literacy, and human connections. Soft skills matter more than qualifications. Employers want people who can think, collaborate, and lead with emotional intelligence. They want professionals who can use technology without losing humanity. That's where Wealth with Soul comes in, because that balance is everything. Let's start with the questions. Questions 1. How do you use AI in your day-to-day work? Here's why they ask this. AI literacy is the new computer literacy. They want to know if you resist it or use it responsibly. And how to answer it. Use the SURE framework, where the S is specific tool, U use case, R result, E for ethics or checks. Here's an example of how to answer this question. I use AI tools like ChatGPT to draft first versions of reports, brainstorm solutions, and automate admin tasks. I always review and refine output to ensure accuracy and protect confidential data. It helps me work faster while still maintaining quality. Your soul-aligned tip. Show that technology supports humanity, not replaces it. Question 2. Tell me about a time you adapted quickly to change. Here's why they ask this. Because the world is unpredictable. They want flexible thinkers, right? Here's how to answer this question. Use the PALM framework. The P is for problem, A for action, L for learning, M for meaning, what it taught you. Here is how you can answer this question. When our team had to switch to a new CRM system with very little notice, I created a mini training guide for colleagues and tested workflows. It taught me that change is easier when approached with curiosity and collaboration. Soul insight, soul-aligned insight. Don't just share what you did, share who you became. Question 3. What do you do to manage stress and maintain wellness? Why they ask this. Modern companies value emotional regulation and resilience. Here's how to answer this question. Talk about regular habits, not one-off things. For example, I anchor my week with meaningful routines, morning journaling, breathing exercises, and short movement breaks. These help me stay grounded, think clearly, and show up as my best self at work. Soul tip. This is a beautiful opportunity to talk about wellness without oversharing. Question 4. Tell me about a project where you used data to make a decision. The reason they ask this is data-driven decisions making is a baseline skill. How to answer this? Use the DATA framework. D for data used, A for analysis you did, T for the task or decision, A for outcome achieved. For example, here's how to answer it. I reviewed customer retention data and noticed patterns suggesting a drop at month 3. I proposed a check-in campaign and it improved retention by 18%. Here's the soul tip. Even creative people can answer this. Data is everywhere, even in music, teaching, wellness, and admin work. Question 5. What value will you bring that others won't? The reason they ask this is to see your uniqueness, your soul's signature. How to answer this? Use the SIGN framework. S for strength, I for impact example, G for growth mindset, N for needed by the job. Here's a practical way to answer this. My strength is creating calm and order in fast-paced environment. In my last role, I streamlined team workflows that reduced delays by 20%. I'm always learning, and this role needs someone who can bring structure without losing empathy. That's exactly how I work. The soul tip is you are a differentiator, not your CV. Question 6. Describe a conflict and how you resolved it. The reason why they ask this is they want to see your emotional intelligence, because that is basically greater than your qualifications. How to answer using the SAGE method. S, situation. A, approach. G, growth for both parties. E, ending, the positive income. For example, here's how you can answer this question. When a colleague and I disagreed on our project priorities, I invited them for a quick alignment chat. We clarified expectations, found overlap, and set shared goals. It improved our teamwork and strengthened our trust. Soul tip: conflict doesn't make you weak. Poor self-awareness does. Question 7. The 2026 wildcard. What does meaningful work look like to you? Why they ask this? Gen Z and millennials shifted the workplace. Meaning matters. How to answer this? Connect passion, purpose, contribution. Here's an example of how to answer this. Meaningful work for me is work that challenges my skills, grows me, and contributes positively to people's lives. I thrive when I feel aligned with the mission and know my work makes a real impact, no matter how small. Soul tip: companies want people with soul, meaning people who care. These are the interview questions shaping the future of work in 2026. Now, you're not just prepared, you're aligned, confident, and ready. If you want more episodes like this, resume tips, career coaching, money guidance, purpose-driven success, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs it. Remember, you're not just building a career, you're building a life with wealth, with wisdom, with soul. See you on the next video.